stream. Let's look and see what's going on in the crypto markets. If you guys are new, I appreciate if you guys hit a like and subscribe. The trading group link to join is in the description below. Or if you guys want to join the Telegram, that is free to join as well. Actually, the Discord is not free. The Telegram is the one that's free. Let me get everything set up. And today we are live on Clapper. I'll be live on TikTok tomorrow. So let's look at. So right now, the Fear and Greed Index is sitting in fear at 46. So that's just something to take note of while I'm still chewing. This stream is to make up for not going live last Saturday. And then for not going live on Monday, I'm going to go live on Thursday. And then I'll be live on Saturday again as well. So one thing I do need to say is I need to tell my people that I am live on YouTube now. And then I'll tell my Telegram people that I'm live as well. And then we'll be ready to get started. This is going to be a quicker stream. Because technically this is a Saturday stream, and those are usually quicker. So let's jump on over to Bookmap. Bookmap right now, we look at the left line to see where all the orders are at for Bitcoin. And it says that right now, we have more liquidity at $95,000. You have some up here at 97, but there's more at 95,000 ever so slightly, and you have some at 94, but there's definitely, I would say, slightly more at 95 than at 97, but it is pretty close to being even. So it is a toss-up, but if you just look at it by the book, there's a few more down there at 95. In my opinion, it looks pretty close, though, to 95 to 97. Where do I see Bitcoin going right now? Well, let's kind of look at what we see going on. So I have had a short open all day long on the 15-minute time frame. From right here, you lost a 200-day smooth moving average on the 15-minute time frame. I opened up a short right here at below, right around the flag when we started breaking down, and we got the move all the way down to 94.8. I had to take profit at 94.4, so it didn't quite hit that. I've still been in the trade ever since, and you went all the way up to $96,400. And to me, right now, kind of made. I mean, it's kind of struggling. That's like somewhat of, I mean, that's an ugly bear flag. It's not the most beautiful bear flag, but you could say that we've already broken out of the bear flag to the downside, and now we're just maybe gonna possibly bearishly retest the top of it. We'll see. Right now, it doesn't look great to me, and you can even say on the smaller time frames this is just another bear flag. We'll see what happens, but overall, I am more bearish than bullish, super short term. And honestly, even on the macro time frame, when I look at the 4-hour time frame, I just made a video about this. Bitcoin does not look good on the 4-hour time frame either. So to me, I see a move coming possibly down to the support, basically at 94K. You do have support at 94.4, at 94K. So we'll see what happens, but it does not look fantastic for Bitcoin right now. It just looks a little ugly, to be honest with you. You could even say that this is just all one massive bear flag. You could also say that, but overall, it just looks really bad, and this is probably the most likely scenario is that you are still in a bigger bear flag. But either way, I digress, and this just looks bearish to me as heck. And frankly, it looks like you want to dump to the downside. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. The 4-hour time frame I was talking about, like it just looks like it's in a bigger bear flag. You know, we'll see a bear flag on the 15-minute time frame. I do at least. But this just looks like it's a bigger bear flag. So same idea, except the only difference is the higher time frames. I'm going to go to this chart. This is the chart I had it on. So the 4-hour time frame, I have a measure move all the way down to $80,000. I would expect some kind of bounce if we do get the move down. But that's just kind of what I see. So on the 15-minute time frame, I see a move to the downside, and I see another move coming to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. So to me, it's pretty bearish. I don't know why my measure moves are different. I'm trying to see what I did differently here. But yeah, to me, Bitcoin looks pretty bearish. And even short term, you have liquidity down at $95,000 for Bitcoin. $95,000 and $94,000 have liquidity. And of course, $94,000 is that support there. So the measure move right now for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame is all the way down to $78,400 or maybe slightly higher, depending on how you rule or how you measure it 79.5. Bitcoin looks like it wants to go right below $80,000 on the 4-hour time frame. Is that going to happen? Well, we'll see. Though that the start of that process happening would be the 50-minute time frame, bear flag breaking to the downside. And Bookmap again suggests that it's possible that happens with liquidity down at 95 and 94,000. So again, Bitcoin looks kind of bad to me. I gotta say, on the 15-minute time frame and on the 4-hour time frame, it does look like Bitcoin does want to break to the downside. The other idea of why we are bearish right now is the thin blue line, the 200-day moving average. You are below. Anytime you lose it on the 4-hour time frame, you go to the 6-hour. You're below to it on the 8-hour time frame. You're below it on the 8-hour, I go to the 12-hour time frame. And as of right now, you're losing the 12-hour 200-day moving average. And the next stop I go to would honestly be the daily. I mean, you can look at the 18-hour, but most people will just jump to the daily. Right now, if we do not reclaim $96,200, we are bearish on the 12-hour time frame. So then you go to the daily time frame, and that is all the way down there at that measure move of $80,000. That's another reason that it's pretty likely and possible that we do go down here. And I also believe if Bitcoin can't hold $95,000, that we are more than likely in a bear market or beginning to see a bear market. Because if Bitcoin was going to be bullish, then you would need the weekly time frame to hold this flag here that could become a bull flag. But if you break down to $80,000, then the bull flag will be invalidated. And in my most humble opinion, that would be the end of the bull market. If you break down to $80,000, then the bull flag will be invalidated. And in my most humble opinion, that would be the end of the bull market. So let me just go back. I'll go full screen here. And Bitcoin, way back here, made a bull flag. Hold on, let me fix something. I don't know why I did that. Bitcoin back here. So let me just end that. I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on, bear with me. For some reason, it decided. So Bitcoin back here made a bull flag. And we didn't lose the bull flag. And then we continued to pump, obviously, right here. But now, if Bitcoin does go down to 80,000, that would be the equivalent of this breaking to the downside right here, if I can find it. If I can find what I want to use, the drawing tool, that's what I want to use. It'd be the equivalent of Bitcoin like breaking down right here to 80,000. I mean, that would just be so bearish. And yes, you could obviously come back into the flag and then pump, but that just usually does not happen. So to me, if Bitcoin were to lose the bottom of the flag, like right, if you lose this flag right here and go down to 80,000, to me the bull run's over. So bulls, I think Bitcoin must hold 94.4 at the worst case scenario. I would like to see it hold like right here, but if you lose 94.4, to me the bull run is over if you go down to 80K. So if you lose 94.4 and go down to 80K, I believe the bull run's over. I could be wrong, but Bitcoin right now, I don't think it's over right now. But if Bitcoin cannot hold 94.4 and then goes down to 80K, then I do believe the bull run is over. So I just made a YouTube video about that as well, right before the live stream. Like, to me, if Bitcoin can hold these key levels, make new all-time highs, my ultimate measure move for this bull run was 170. But if we lose levels here, then I gotta say, based on my history of charting, that's it for this year. That's it for this cycle, and that's it for the next 4 years, or at least into the bottom of the bear market. So we'll see what happens. But to me, I think, at least personally, the bulls must hold $94,400, and if you don't, then I think the higher time frames are most likely breaking to the downside, going down to 80K. Now, if you lose 94.4, it's not straight down to 80K, but the reason I think you would see 80K is that's where the daily 200-day moving average is. So if you don't reclaim the 12-hour 200-day moving average at 96K, you're going down to the daily down here at 80K. And that's also where the bear flag measure move was on this chart. So I just see a lot of bearish ideas, and I see a lot of reason for us to go to 80K if you can't hold these supports at 94,400. So that is my deep down analysis on Bitcoin. I'll be back live on Thursday to talk more about it, but I'm not leaving just yet. I'm just saying I do not like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. It does look like Bitcoin does want to get a move to the downside right now. So we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. I'm going to stay in my short. I continued my stop losses and slight profits, and my take profit is at 94,400. But to me right now, Bitcoin looks like you just aren't holding it together, and it looks like it does want to dump. So the 50-minute time frame, it's most likely scenario, super short term. You get a move back to the top of the pattern around 96K, and try to reclaim the 12-hour 200-day moving average there. But then if you can't break that resistance level and stay in the pattern, it's likely you dump. If you can break out of the pattern to the upside, that's how we could get out of this bearish scenario, and that's how the bulls could save the day once again. So that is kind of, hopefully that all makes sense. But bulls must break back above when you get the bounce here, as you are now. You must break this resistance here at 96.1, and yeah, that is the level. That's what I watch out for tonight. Is can the bulls break 96K and get the move back to 97K, where you have some orders up there at 97K. If you can't do that, I'd be looking for more downside on Bitcoin. It just doesn't look fantastic to me, and Bitcoin just looks a little bit sketchy. So we'll see what happens. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. And my Thursday stream will be longer, but to me, that's just what I see going on into tonight. And if you don't break 96.1, I see more on the downside for Bitcoin. If you break 96.1, then again, you have orders up there at 97K. And again, if you break back above if you break above 96.1, you'd be breaking back above the 12-hour 200-day moving average. That'd be very bullish. You must hold that level for this bull run to continue. Otherwise, you're going up down to the daily. So this is pretty big. The 12-hour 200-day moving average is pretty important here, because if you lose that, again, the daily is at 80K, and that'd be a bear market at that point, in my opinion, if you go down to 80K. So bulls short term tonight must break or hold and break 96.1. Otherwise, it's not good. So that's what I see going on for Bitcoin right now. A lot of altcoins are getting decimated. Wow. XCN is pumping, though. It's getting the move back above the 200-day moving average. So we'll see what happens. But I do not see a lot of bullishness in the air until Bitcoin can reclaim 96.1. And maybe you do that tonight. But that's just what I say. Until you do that, I can't be bullish on Bitcoin. I got to say right now, on XCN, though, XCN, if Bitcoin can reclaim 96.1, XCN, I think, could have a nice rally here, because to me, this is trying to break out here. And this is a falling wedge. I don't think it's breaking out just yet. But XCN does look like it wants to get a move back to the upside here. So the measure move would be from the high to the last local low. And XCN, if Bitcoin gets the love and gets back above 96K, XCN wants to go up to 6 cents. That's what I see on XCN. We'll see what happens. That is just an idea. But Bitcoin needs to get the love first. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. That's kind of what I watch out for tonight. And I'll be back live on Thursday at 11 p.m. Central Time. And until then, trade safe and have a great rest of your night. Again, I'm gonna stay short as long as you hold this. When I talk about, and until then, trade safe and have a great rest of your night. Again, I'm gonna stay short as long as you hold this. When I talked about my Bitcoin update in my YouTube video, I said as long as Bitcoin does not break 96.5, I'll stay in my short. If you break 96.5, that'd be a sign that you're going minimum to 97K, probably even 97.4, where you have resistance up there at 97.4, 97.5. And that's just kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin right now. I don't know why my screen continues to stop working. I'm not sure what's going on. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel, so please do that. It does help support the channel. I do appreciate that. But anyways, that's kind of what I see going on right now for Bitcoin. It's a move back to the top of the channel, which you're already starting to get right now. And yeah, that's just what I see going on for Bitcoin. So with that being said, I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to go over unless you guys have requests. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll be back live Thursday and Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. This week, I'm going live 3 times. Last week, I didn't go live at all, so I got to make up for that. But anyways, that's what I see going on. I would watch XCN. Of all the altcoins out there, the XCN to me looks the most intriguing, and I will leave it at that. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys on Thursday at 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe and have a great rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by.